All right, time now for our Montreal Connected panel here at the Plateau Lounge at the W Hotel, joined, of course, by Jeremy Filosa from 98.5, sports journalist, and Herb Zurkowsky from the Montreal Gazette. Now, we're discussing the Adonis Stevenson defending his title September 28th at the Bell Center versus Tavoris Cloud. Now, I got to start with, what kind of threat does Cloud give to Adonis?
Well, I mean, this guy is a world-class boxer. I mean, he's got just one loss to his record against Bernard Hopkins, but this guy has gone up against some of the greatest in his category. So I think, Adonis Stevenson can't take this guy lightly. At the same time, I think, the stretch that he's on right now, I mean, he's got so much confidence. I don't see him losing this fight. I mean, he's so powerful. I know he's going to try and knock him out. That's always the plan. Problem is, this guy's never been knocked out.
Yeah, I hate to agree with Jeremy, but, Tavoris has one more victory, one more knockout, and he was a world champion, so absolutely he's a threat.
Well, speaking of knockouts, both fighters are known for their knockouts. Yeah. What kind of fight is this going to be?
Well, it's going to be an exciting fight, and I think it's going to be a very quick fight, and it'll probably end in a knockout. And we really don't know yet what Adonis has. We know he can punch, but we still don't know if he can box because his fights are so quick.
That's true. I mean, this guy hasn't gone 12 rounds in a really long time. He actually went almost 12 rounds last year and then ended up knocking out his opponent. But, I mean, what kind of resistance does he have? It's easy to fall into that pattern where you say, I know I'm going to knock him out. I'm not going to train for 12 rounds. But that doesn't seem like the philosophy with Stevenson. He trains real hard.
Then, though, he is 36 years old. And if a loss were to happen September 28th, is that going to derail this guy's career?
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. He's too old to lose now. It would really affect his career. I agree, though, with Jeremy. I think that he's meeting Tavoris at the right time. Cloud's coming off the loss to Bernard Hopkins. He was schooled by Bernard Hopkins. He made 4 title defenses, but some people think he was, lucky to win against Campillo, I think it was, the Italian. So he should win at home, absolutely.
Now, speaking of this fight, so Stevenson last fight drew about 6,000 spectators. The Hopkins and Pascal fight was about 3 times as much. Do you think Montreal is going to embrace this Stevenson fight?
It's taken a while for people to get on board with this guy. Obviously, he's got a history, he's got a past, but I would think that the Haitian community of Montreal would get around this guy and rally. I mean, this guy's a WBC world champion right now, but he doesn't have the personality or the charisma of a Jean Pascal who's able to bring in the people. Some people hate him, some people love him, but at least they have an opinion about him. Adonis Stevenson is not there yet. I mean, HBO loves him. They just signed him for 3 fights, and he's got great things ahead of him, but he's not able to sell tickets the way that he should.
And I'm surprising that he can't sell tickets because he knocks people out, and that's what people come to see in Montreal. They want to see quick fights, they want to see knockouts, they want to see blood, guts. That's what he delivers.
Well, speaking of selling tickets, and speaking of Pascal, he's facing George Blades. This should be, I'm sure he hopes it'll be a bit of a walk in the park, and then he's facing Lucien Boutte after that. How are they going to sell tickets to promote those fights?
Well, you know what? It's important for Jean Pascal to come out of this fight with a win and a decisive win. I mean, he can't go 12 rounds with George Blades. Let's say the truth. I mean, he had to go 12 rounds with Alexei Kuzievsky, who actually retired after that fight, but he did have an injury. But he needs to win this fight clearly to show everybody that he's ready for this big fight against Lucien Boutte in January if they want to sell tickets.
It's got to be short. It's got to be quick. You know what upset me or what worries me more was when they had the press conference, Yvonne Michel said, if the fight comes off. Jean Pascal said, if the fight comes off. That's not a good sign this far in advance. Guys talking that tentatively.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to be cautious. But, I mean, everybody wants to see this fight, Boutte, Jean Pascal. But for people to start taking Jean Pascal seriously again, he needs to prove that he's, up to par and he's in good physical shape. Because otherwise, how are you going to sell tickets? Because the reality is, when Adonis Stevenson took that WBC title, all of a sudden, you don't have a head-to-head matchup between the 2 best Canadian fighters because the best fighter is Adonis Stevenson.
And guess what? It'll take more than a victory against George Blades for me to take Jean Pascal seriously.
All right, well, Stevenson versus Cloud, September 28th at the Bell Center, being promoted as Superman Returns. Thanks, guys, for doing this again. Jeremy, Herb, we'll see you next time.
Pleasure. Thank you.